Facebook family. We are kicking off another day, another opportunity for us to connect with everyone. This is Good Morning to the Leader in You. We are so happy that you're joining us once again. We have some phenomenal guests that's with us on today. So we are streaming live here on Facebook. We're streaming live on Instagram. So this is Good Morning to the Leader in You. And momentarily, I will be sharing who our guests are. And we have our co-host, Dr. Leroy McKenzie is with us on today. We have Mr. Juan Lee, and he's going to talk about his nonprofit organization. We have Miss Angie, phenomenal organization with Ricochet. They're going to be a part of something major that's coming down the pipe in a couple of weeks. Speak Life Baltimore. And of course, we have Dr. Leroy McKenzie, who has a phenomenal book. If you haven't heard of it, you need to check it out. It is The Art of Leadership: Success Strategies for the 21st Century Leader. And he will be sharing about snippets from his book momentarily. But Dr. Leroy, I want you to kind of share with everybody, what are your expectations? Listen, we Speak Life Baltimore is right around the corner. What are your thoughts around Speak Life and everything that we've been doing? Because you've been a part of Speak Life from the beginning phases.
Yeah, actually, I have, and it's been really, really awesome. I hope they can see me on Instagram here because the light is just like blaring. But Speak Life, y'all can see I got my shirt. I need to get a new shirt yet. I need to get me a new shirt. I gotta get me a new shirt. But Speak Life, and as you said today, with our theme, with our theme today being, what would you say?
Together we win.
Together we win. It's all about that. It's about winning. And if we're going to win as a community, if we're going to win as entrepreneurs, if we're going to win as leaders, we have to understand that it takes all of us together. We can't do any of this alone. Like I remember listening to KRS-One on his edutainment CD. He has, I forgot the gentleman's name, but it was like an intro to his song.
Mm-hmm.
But he talked about Malcolm X, he talked about Dr. King. He said, if you take them individually, they can do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but you get a group of people who believe in the same thing that they believe in, moving in the same direction, they become powerful. It's just like our hands. Our fingers individually can't do much, but if you're able to ball it up as a fist, you're more powerful. That's together we all win. That's what Speak Life is. It's bringing us together as a community to be able to work together, to be able to network, connect, build, grow, individually, but also collectively. And how we're able to take each other and take each other and move each other to that next level, whatever that next level is for any of us or any of our businesses, and what they'll talk about today. And even as leaders, showing the community what leadership looks like, showing the next generation what leadership looks like. Mm-hmm. That's what Together We Win means to me when I think about it, Kathy.
Absolutely. So listen, we're going to kick it off with our first guest, Mr. Juan Lee. I had an opportunity to work with him some years ago, and we stayed connected. He has a phenomenal organization, but also he's an author. So Mr. Juan Lee, I want you to first talk a little bit about the name of your book. What is the essence of your book? And then we'll transition and talk a little bit about your nonprofit. So welcome, Mr. Juan.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's great to be back and talking with you.
Absolutely.
The book is Love Made Simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book that I wrote a couple years ago in the middle of the pandemic, and it's so appropriate for what you're talking about today, and that is unity. Mm-hmm. Because that's one of the fibers of love is unity, and the ability for us to come together and understand that what you're talking about here is that we need one another. Love is a connecting thing that puts us together so that we might be able to relate to one another, so that we can begin to grow, develop, and encourage one another. That's one of the underlinkings there. But that was what caused me to write the book. And in this time that we are right now, so divided, we need to be able to find a way that we can come together and really work together to unify not only our communities but our country. We really need to demonstrate the attitudes of love and the characteristics of love to one another.
Absolutely. For those of you that are just tuning in on Facebook or just tuning in on Instagram, this is Good Morning to the Leader in You, where we bring together leaders of the community. We talk about topics that's relative to us developing our businesses, our civic organizations, building our communities. And we know we are not that far away from Speak Life Baltimore, which is taking place on July 23rd. And the individuals that's a part of this podcast today are all participants on that day on July 23rd. And so I just shared it on my Facebook page. If you're watching now, please feel free to share so individuals will know about this segment and learn about the organizations as a part of Speak Life Baltimore. We speak life into the hearts and minds of our community members. Juan, you started a nonprofit organization. Talk a little bit about the mission of your nonprofit.
Well, we're basically, the book Love Made Simple is the foundation of it.
Mhm.
And it's basically, we are an organization that basically demonstrates love through educating the youth and young adults to empower them to live a successful life, to navigate their lives, giving them the tools and the attitude, those intangibles that they need to be able to receive and accept their position, you know, that encouraging thing that we need to be able to walk through this life. You know, there's no instructions. The book that I wrote, Love Made Simple, is the guide to inner peace, contentment, and success.
Wow.
And those are the things that, you know, we don't talk about, but those are the things that we need, those intangibles, so that we can be successful. And so that's what it's all about, giving you the tools and the intangibles to be able to execute those tools on your life so that you can navigate.
Absolutely. And I think you got a copy of it with you, right?
There it is right there.
Yes, Love Made Simple. Love Made Simple. How can people get a copy? Where can you find it?
Well, you can go to the author's website, which is juanleetheauthor.com, and get an e-copy, or you can go through Amazon right there on the website and do it. But also you can touch it by going to clearjourney.org, and it will direct you to that location so that you can get a copy of the book. But it's on Amazon, it's in Barnes and Noble, all of those places you can get your digital your copies at that point.
Wow, absolutely phenomenal. Don't go anywhere, Mr. Wong. We're about to bring on a phenomenal guest, Miss Angie. She is the founder of Ricochet. Miss Angie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, you know, you're the only one I know that can break down Ricochet and can say it in the powerful way that you always do. So first, share with everyone, what does Ricochet mean?
Okay. Ricochet means reaching out to make a difference in the lives of individuals, families, and communities. The I in Ricochet means inspiring our young people to succeed, to dream, and to believe in themselves, no matter what others say or no matter what others think. The C means connecting with organizations, connecting with people, connecting with our communities for a greater purpose. The O means overcoming the obstacles, overcoming the challenges that our young people are faced with. The C means creating opportunities for all people, for all ages and all stages and all abilities. The H means helping those in need through our outreach efforts. The E means empower our young people to not be discouraged, but be encouraged. And the T, transforming our communities, transforming our city, transforming our state, our world, believing and knowing that there is greatness that lies inside of each and every one of us.
Wow, I mean, that's powerful. And what gave you the motivation? Why did you even want to start Ricochet?
Wow, oh my goodness, I can go in so many different directions. Actually, it started out with my son. I have two sons, ages 33 and 26, and they both were diagnosed on the autism spectrum. They're very high function. My kings are doing amazing things in this world. You know, when as a single mother, you know, going through the stages from them being infants to growing up into the elementary, middle school, and high school, they were bullied. They went through being taunted, being teased. And for my youngest son, he almost wanted to take his life when he was in high school. And I knew in my heart of hearts, I had to find something. I had to find a way for him to be able to express himself. He used to love to dance after school, or actually at the end of classes when he was in school. He used to love kind of dancing. He likes to that the attention, and he just always had to move. And actually that move got him suspended from school. It's a whole long story, but to God be the glory. After overcoming, speaking with people and talking with, I had to go all the way to the Maryland State Department of Education to get him back into school. It got so serious. But afterwards, I decided to just kind of, I said, well, if this is what he likes, why don't I, me as a mom, find a way to allow him to still be able to express himself? Because that's really all he wanted to do. He loved to express himself. And you will definitely see him do that at the Speak Like Baltimore. But to fast forward on that, in conjunction with that, I have an older son that's on the spectrum, and that is very tech savvy. He used to create beats, and he likes staying in his room for long periods of time. He used to perseverate a lot on his computer. And I'm like, what's that? That beat sound kind of like back in the day, like a Planet Rock vibe or a hip hop vibe. How'd you do that? How'd you do this? So he kind of showed me a little this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, I'm gonna just, I can't do all that. But I tell you what, record that beat, and we're gonna take this beat and we're gonna have this event. We had a wellness event at one of the senior buildings, and we put that song on to that beat. My son and one of his best friends, they got together and they created this movement to the beat. And I said, why don't I think about trying to make this might be going somewhere? So I put them in a talent show. They didn't know they were gonna be in a talent show. And I went to a transitional home, and I found out that these two young fellas love dancing as well. And so I brought these two fellas together, and we created a foursome. And we went to the Uplifting Minds talent competition in Security Square Mall on April the 19th of 2014. And they won overall, all of the talent that was there, all of the singers that was there, all of the songwriters, everybody. They just ended up just winning the hearts of everyone there. And from that day forward, God just laid on my heart that this is it. We're gonna create something for young people that love to dance and move, and they freestyle. So I don't have any experience in pop locking, and but I love that vibe back in the 80s. I used to love that sound back then. So we kept it moving, and 8 years later, we've transitioned. We've done a lot of changes. I made the decision to go nonprofit during the pandemic in 2020. So blessed and so thankful. Thank you, Catherine, for all of your help. And so we're now moving on to so many different directions and so many different genres of dance. And we're so excited.
Absolutely. And I wanted you to share the story, because so many people, the purpose of why we're doing a lot of these pop-ups before the 23rd, so people can know the hearts of the leaders that's coming out that day. And, for those that will be coming on July, I'm all in September, y'all, coming on July 23rd. And we got the flyer right here, July 23rd, Speak Life Baltimore, kicking off at 12 noon. You're going to meet the Ricochet family. I mean, Mama Angie, she sent me a text last night. She got about 13 people come with her to Speak Like Baltimore. So spread the word about what's going on July 23rd. A lot of times, as she was expressing, the boys was teased, but what Miss Angie was able to do was speak life into her boys and take a raw talent that they had on the inside of them. And then they created a dance movement, but it didn't just stop there. Miss Angie's other young men that was attracted to the Ricochet. Talk about that.
So in addition to that, we know that individuals that kind of feel like they don't fit in and need that, not only just that guidance, but just need that buddy system, or just need to know that they're cared for by others and their peers. We have now opened up, and we actually had this going on before Ricochet, and it was called Boys Night Out. Boys Night Out. And actually that was inspired by my oldest son,
Mhm.
Dante, he's on the spectrum. And so he came together with one of his best friends and they created this boys night out concept. And we continue to do it, and we continue to bring young men together from ages 13 on up. That that we actually expanded it to the point now that we can bring in some young ladies too if they would like to hang out with us. But mostly the boys, we come together, we find places that of interest. We hang out at restaurants, places that they enjoy, movies. We just went to the water park last week. We go different places wherever they want to go. We hang out at the parks, and we just bring that, that love, that, like my brother talked about, that unity and that connection with these fellows, to just let them know that we're here for them. And it makes them so excited. We even did some cooking. We took some opportunities during the pandemic, and we had a cooking with Ricochet on Zoom, and that was a lot of fun. We're going to be bringing that back again. So it was really exciting to just see the growth in what we're doing to make a difference in so many people's lives.
July 23rd, y'all gotta come out. Speak Like Baltimore. Speak Like Baltimore. It's all kicking off at 12 noon, 3220 the Alameda, right on the outside. We're gonna be on the parking lot of City College High School, minutes away from Morgan State University. Can't miss us. Dr. Leroy. Listen, you've been a part of Speak Life from the beginning phases. What can people expect on the 23rd of July? And talk about some of the previous events you've been a part of.
Well, I think what people can expect is love, as the brother was saying,
Yes.
unity. I think you're going to see community, which is something that has always been your passion since since the inception of not just Speak Life, but everything you've been a part of. It's always been inclusive and bringing the community together. Yes. And all of us who I don't know if everybody's here is from Baltimore, but we all know the issues that this city may have, but also the greatness that this city has. And that's what Speak Life is. Speak Life is about the greatness of this city and the great people that are a part of the city, and what you're doing, what the participants will be at, who are a part of Speak Life will be at. Come see some great performances. If y'all haven't seen Ricochet, just for that, you want to come and be a part of that, because it is absolutely phenomenal. It is phenomenal. So you get that. You're gonna have vendors that are gonna be there. So you'll be able to get some entrepreneurs that are there. So you'll be able to support some of the businesses that are there. You'll be able to get to hear and see some of the things that you aren't going to readily see on on the mainstream news, because you're not going to hear about this. They're not talking about this. They're not talking about Ricochet. They're not talking about. I was listening to Donnie Glover yesterday. He had State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby on it. She was talking about the great programs that she has in her office that she could. You don't hear about that. You hear about all of the negative things that are going on here in our city, and we got it. We can't ignore it, but we have to have something that combats that. Speak Life combats that. It takes all of that and says, you know what, we are greater together. As you said, together we win. That's the galvanizing thing to me when I think about it. Speak Life, it is about together we win. If you that's the theme of Speak Life on July 23rd. You said it's from 12 to 5.
Yeah.
It's 12 to 5. So y'all want to be there. I'm telling you, you come and have a great time. This is something that you can bring the whole family to. It's not just, for men, not just for women, not just for kids. The whole family can come and enjoy this and be a part of it. I promise you, you will have a great time at this event. You truly will. You'll come away feeling good, not just about the community, but just about the city. I promise you.
Absolutely. We are so thankful for our Instagram family plugging in, sharing the love. Listen, Mr. Juan Lee, tell everybody you're going to be there on July 23rd. What can they expect to learn about your organization on that day?
Well, the first thing is that we're going to be promoting one of our programs called our help program. It's a program that we put out. It's called I've gotten stage right now. It's called, I don't believe this. It's a help program that we have for young adults.
Yes.
And what it is that we're going to have a spotlight for any young adults that have put forth, it's called the Helping Hand Program.
The Helping Hand Program, there we go. Okay.
Helping Hand Program. And it's basically to identify or to recognize young adults that have spent that additional time and effort to help someone else.
Mhm.
And what we do is every quarter, we give a $125 gift card,
Okay.
a certificate, and a copy of Love Made Simple.
Lovely, simple.
And we give it to a participant that has demonstrated that ability to help someone in the community. And so we'll be asking people who have found that to be their niche, that person that they've recognized that has done something in the community positively that they want to recognize. And we do that by giving them a Helping Hand certificate and a gift card. That's a way of introducing ourselves to the community and letting them know that we're here with them, to know that they're about supporting the unit. Also, we're going to be promoting the book, the Love Made Simple book, because again, when you said it's a family event, this book is for the entire family. It's from the teenager to the senior, to the grandmothers. So the point is that we all need each other to collectively come together to be able to to bring unity to the community. So that's what we're going to be. And we're going to be looking for partners, because we want to reach out and to meet as many people where they are. And as you have here with Ricochet, I've seen that thing, like you talked to a lot of different things that resonated with me. So I would really like to spend some time and talk with you about that. And again, meeting as many people as we can to let them know that we're in this thing together. They're not in it by themselves. No one is in this thing. This love has power that we really just have not tapped into. And that's where we begin to come together and demonstrate it to one another.
Absolutely. Miss Angie, now the set that they're gonna perform for July 23rd, I don't give it all away, but what
Well,
can we expect?
Okay, well, lately, I have been getting so many requests about doing artist participation.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually brought one of our little shirts. We actually launched this last summer, the Operation Dance, and inspired by my oldest son. My son, oh my goodness, he gives it. If you're gonna ask me anything about motivation, my kids, they motivate me so much. So he created this Operation Dance concept. The D in dance mean they were dance. A, it means artistry, and creative expression. So this is kind of what we've been doing with our audience participation. We try to get the crowd hyped, teach them some moves. We got something that we want to teach, and I'm so super excited about that. But they also are going to, of course, perform some inspirational pieces, some pieces that will get the crowd, just move the crowd, because we're all about not just putting on a performance, but we put on soul stirring, inspirational performances that are life changing. So we can't wait to get it on, to get down. So some good fun. You'll be inspired. You'll be enlightened. You'll be educated, and you will be elevated.
Dr. Leroy. Dr. Leroy. Listen.
I told y'all.
July 23rd, it's all going down at 12 noon. Dr. Leroy, flash your book. Dr. Leroy got a book too, y'all. Flash your book for those that may not know about his book.
Yeah, this one is The Art of Leadership: Success Strategies for the 21st Century Leader. It's about leadership, but I look at, when I wrote this book, I thought in terms of what the community is comprised of, what leadership looks like. And it comes from the pillars of the community, which is the family, education, government, business, and the church. So if you look at any community, that's what it's comprised of. And I wanted to address leadership from those positions. If you are a leader in one, if you're a leader in all of them, what does leadership look like? What is it to you? And because when I was writing it, and even to this day, we can still see it, the leadership was something that was lacking. Leadership was something that needed to be talked about, and it was something that people didn't really understand what true leadership looked like. They were either in these positions ill-equipped, not equipped to be leaders, or they were in these positions for just the title of being a leader. So I said, well, what can I do to be able to hone in on and to be able to equip people to be able to know what leadership looks like, but then also to walk in that leadership as well too. So that's what I do in this book. I talk about being a leader in your family, being a leader in government, education, business, and the church, and what our responsibilities are. And from a 21st century perspective, because we are in the 21st century now. So what does it look like? What does it look like? What do we need to do? How do we need to conduct ourselves, and how do we move forward? How do we prepare the next generation for leadership and what that means too? So that's what the book kind of, that's what the book is about. But it has to do exactly with what we're talking about with Speak Life, the community, bringing all of us together. And understanding what we need to do in order to be able to make each other better, make ourselves better, but then also make all of us better.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Angie, how can people find Ricochet online? Where can they find you?
Yes, okay, so we got a couple of things going on. You can either check us out at our website, which is www.ricochetdancetroop.com. You can also check us out. We have a YouTube channel that's called Ricochet Incorporated, all capital letters. And once you type that in the search engine, you'll be able to pop right up. You can also chime in on our Facebook page. We have a community Facebook page that is Ricochet-Dance Troop, and you'll be able to check us out there as well.
Mr. Juan Lee, how can people connect with you?
Well, I'm not dancing. That's sure. Not dancing. But yeah, I do have a YouTube channel though, by the way. It's a YouTube channel, just Juan Lee. You can see, and I have many interviews about my book, Love Made Simple. But primarily it's the Clear Journey. You can go to www.clearjourney.org and you can find out what we have to offer as it relates to educating our young people at every stage of their life. And I'm on all of the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and even on TikTok now. Thank you. On TikTok now. Thank you. But it's Clear Journey. It's called Clear Journey. It's at Clear Journey at TikTok. On Twitter, I'm at Love Made Simple. And I'm on Instagram as Juan Lee Author, and Facebook at Juan Lee Author. So you can reach out to me, any of those platforms. I'm in the process of creating some courses on the outside so that we can really begin to understand this thing called life, because that's what really love's all about. It's about being able to navigate life and to understand how we all are connected. And that's why, Speak Life Tour is so important to us, is that it's about being connected. It's about unity. And that's what we're all about at Clear Journey, is how can we help people navigate life easier, more successfully.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when we talk about July 23rd, why are we hyping up July 23rd? It's a day that we're going to be coming together. It's a day that is going to be an empowering day where we're going to empower each other on July 23rd. So you're going to ask, where are we going to be? We are going to be at 3220 The Alameda. It's Northeast Baltimore, right on the grounds of City College High School. The festivities is going to be outdoors. It's minutes away from Morgan State University, just to give you an idea of where we're going to be. What time are we kicking off? We are kicking off at 12 noon. We're glad to say that we do have a partnership with PNC Bank. So we want to give a shout out to PNC and thank you so much for supporting our efforts. And that's going to make all of this possible and what we're going to be doing on July 23rd. We're going to have food for the entire community. We are going to have some giveaways, but more importantly, what are we going to have that day? We're going to have the hearts of everybody that's coming, the hearts of everyone that's going to be connected and interconnected together. And that's what that day is all about. And we are so excited. Yes, hey, Alicia is going to be with us. She's the CEO of Fashion Week Chic Tour. She's with us right now on Instagram. And then one of my other heartbeats, Mrs. Melanie Rain, she is going to be there. She was with us before Speak Life even kicked off, y'all. And so we have so many other people that's going to be with us that day. and that I'm just thankful and I'm just grateful to, because it takes a village, right? It takes a village to bring together Speak Life, and it takes a village to continue to birth the vision, right? So on that day, imagine a whole slew of visionaries coming together with one purpose, one mindset. And this morning, our podcast title is Together We Win. That is the only way we can rise to the next level in our businesses, in our communities, in our families. It's togetherness, right? And so I want our panel to talk about that just for a second. What does Together We Win mean to you? And I know you've already been talking about unity and coming together, but how do you think that day is going to make an impact in the community and send ripples into the community? Let's pivot to that part of the conversation, because we don't want to just have an event to have an event, right? We want that event to send ripples into the community. So how do you think that's going to send ripples from July 23rd?
I can start.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think that it begins to change attitudes. I think it's very much when you see people who care and begin to demonstrate that care, it's infectious, because people then begin to see that there's hope. And I think that's what these opportunities are, what Speak Life is going to be doing on that day, is this is going to begin to give hope. It's going to begin to change people's attitudes, perspectives, and see that they can accomplish their dreams, their aspirations, their desires, their goals, because it's not as though this is something new. It's something that we all aspire to. And so with that being said, all we need is just a little boost. And I think this opportunity for people to see, come out and be a part of that, they will get the energy, the ability to engage and to understand that we need each other. We can't do this apart from one another. And so I think this is a perfect platform for us to kick that off to the opportunity, to the community, to see we're in this thing together.
Absolutely. What do you think the byproduct is going to be, Miss Angie?
I don't know if I can top that, but you touched an important point about hope, and giving our people hope, encouraging them, empowering them, and letting them know that they can do and they can be whatever they want to do and whatever they want to be in life. Keeping that positive vibe, Speak Life. I think about, when people say, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we are speaking, and we're speaking in so many different ways. And when you come out to this event, not only will you hear it, you will see it, you will feel it. And so that is really, really what it's all about. Bringing all of us together, all together on what? One accord, bringing us together on one accord.
Absolutely. What do you think the ripple effect will be, Dr. Leroy?
Well, I think the ripple effect hopefully will be a mindset shift, where we begin to shift the mindset of our community, and we begin to take on the selflessness, where it's not just about us individually, it's about us collectively. And we begin to chip away, because that's a big brick, that's a big rock that we have to keep chipping away. We have to keep pounding away at if we're going to, like you said, move forward. But that's what Speak Life is. Those two words are powerful words, Catherine. Speak life. We're speaking life into the community. Everything that we're doing on July 23rd is about speaking life into the community. It's about speaking life into those individuals that will be there, that will be a part of it, and then those that will hear about it, learn about it. This isn't something that you just want to hear about, y'all. This is something that you want to experience. This is something that you want to, I call it, be in the room. We're not going to be in a physical room, but you want to be in the room. This is something that you have to be a part of. Like Ms. Angie was saying, it's the energy that will come from it. It's what we put out, what we're putting out there. And as long as we keep putting out there these positive type of events to combat all of the other things that we know are out here, I think that's what will be the ripple effect. You have to keep, when you throw a rock across the water, it doesn't just hit that first one, it moves out. And that's what these types of events do. Each one moves out a little further. It does a little bit more, because you have people that will experience it and like, That's what I want. I want to experience that. I want to be a part of that. What can I, then you start to get engagement. What can I do to help to speak life into the community? So that's what I think will be the ripple effect.
Now, your family nonprofit, your family is gonna be there. Also, talk about
Yes.
your family nonprofit. What is the name of it and what do y'all do?
Well, the name of our nonprofit is the McKenzie Pantry Foundation, and we have a partnership with the one of the local elementary schools, Northwood Elementary School, and we have a food pantry there. And my sister, my younger sister, who is the director, founder, creator, and all of those things, she saw a need. She saw that students, the young students in that school, were coming to school hungry, and she was like, "I got to do something about it." And she came to us and she said, "Hey, I got this idea that, you know, we want to be able to assist in feeding the children at this school and the families of those schools." So she put the thoughts together, we came together and we said, "Hey, let's see what we can do." And we partnered with a couple of food companies, food stores and everything like that. And we feed families every week. We give them what are called, I wouldn't say care packages, but the students and their families, we feed about a family of 4. It feeds about a family of 4 every week. And it's based on how many students are in the family. But we feed a family of 4 every week. They have enough to feed them on the weekends because a lot of kids are coming to school and the only meals that they get are the meals that they have at school. So on the weekends, they don't have anything to eat. So our foundation assists in being able to do that, to be able to help these students and their families to be able to have some food assistance, that hunger, closing that hunger gap, because there, as y'all know, there are food deserts around and everything like that too. So my sister wanted to be able to wanted to be able to create something that assisted those students. So that's what we do. Yes, we will absolutely be there because it's a big part of what we want to do and part of the community and how we feel like it makes a difference, how you speak life into the community.
And y'all have a Facebook page. How can people find the foundation?
Yeah, they can go to Instagram, and both of them are the McKenzie Pantry Foundation. If you put that in on Facebook and if you put it in on Instagram, you can find them either way. And then you can also, like Brother Juan was saying, we're also always looking for partners, always looking for donations to be able to assist us, especially during the summertime, because of course there isn't as much to go along during the summertime. So, but we still got to feed, we still want to be able to feed the kids too. If we feed the families as well during the summertime. So any donations that folks can make to the foundation, whether it's non-perishable foods or whether it's monetarily, either one, just great. You can connect with us. We'll get it. Trust me. You got the non-perishable food. We will come get it. Whatever it is that we need to do. And then you can also make the financial donations as well too.
Absolutely. As we get ready to wind down our segment, I want Juan and Angie to start to think about any final words you want to plug about your organization, but I want to plug the flyer really quick. Again, July 23rd, it's all going down at 12 o'clock, 12 noon, 3220 the Alameda, Speak Life, Baltimore. We have so many other nonprofit leaders that's going to be coming out that day, sharing, connecting, collaborating, motivating one another, encouraging one another. We have a lot of youth that's coming out that day. It's just going to be a beautiful day. You don't want to miss it. I already looked at the weather forecast and we just speaking life over the weather. It's not going to be no rain. If it rains, it's not going to rain between 12 and 5. Okay. So we need everybody to come out because it's going to be that type of day. Let's start first with Miss Angie. Where do you see Ricochet going and what kind of support would you like to put out there that could help it to grow even further?
Well, one of the things that I mentioned a little bit earlier about is the Operation Dance workshops. We know, of course, summer's here. Young people, those that are not, can't find a job or are not part of some of the, the programs to work. We definitely can use the help on our end. If you want to connect with us or be a part of our Operation Dance workshop, or even come out on some Sundays. We haven't put our full schedule together yet, but on Sundays we meet at various parks all over the communities. And we go out, we spend about an hour and a half, and we come together, those that want to learn various styles of dance, or, want to be on our, we have a live that we put on Sundays, and we just come together. We do inspirational dances. We do all kinds of variations of dance. So if you love to dance, please reach out to us. You can connect with us by either emailing me at LEWIS as in Sam, D as in door, J as in junior, 55@gmail.com. You can reach me there. You can also go on our website, and there's an area that says contact, and you can put your contact information there. Our website is www.ricochetdancetroop.com. We have for Cash App, if you want to donate to our organization, our Cash App is $ all capital letters Ricochet, RICOCHET 2014. That's 2014. And you can definitely donate to us. And our Operation Dance workshops, we go to parks. We don't ask for any, you just come out, have a good time. We'll have bottled waters, and just get to meet us and get to connect with us. We also do an open recruitment for our 22-23, which we got great things that are happening. Also, you can meet out with us. We've been picked up to do National Night Out in my community, in the Ricestown community. So if you want to be a part of our National Night Out connection, hit me up, either email me or go on our website and put your information in, and we'll definitely be back in touch with you.
Absolutely. Before we transition to Mr. Wong, we want to give a couple of shout outs that's on Facebook. We want to give a shout out to Mr. Ronnie Francois. Thank you for tuning in and supporting us. He is in the Maryland area. He assists with financial education as it relates to credit, enhancing your credit score. So he's actually going to be there also. He RSVP. He will be there on the 23rd. So if you need to talk to someone to get your finances in order as it relates to your credit, talk to Mr. Ronnie on July 23rd at Speak Like Baltimore. He will be there. We also want to give a shout out to Ms. Shauna Turner. Thank you for tuning in on the Facebook feed. She is the founder of an organization in the Virginia area, around the Chesapeake area. The name of her organization is HR Mass. So go to her website. Also, for anyone tuning in on the Facebook page, like always, you can also plug your business information by dropping your social media handles, your website, or whatever information you want to drop in the feed, so we can continue to network even after we're done with the podcast on today. So, Mr. Wong, what is next steps for you in your organization? Where do you see your organization growing to?
Well, we talked about the Helping Hand program today,
Yes,
that I could just barely get out there. But the thing that we've started and initiated was a program called Life and Money. It's our financial education, literacy education program. We put this an online educational program, a seminar webinar, and we have this quarterly. But we do, if you want to get something exclusive to an organization, we will provide that and present it at an organization. It is also other opportunity or organize or other programs that we have are going to be dealing with self-development and also problem solving and decision making. So basically a well-rounded educational outlook for how you can navigate life. And also you can, like I said, come to my website. We're in development. We are looking for partners. Again, I can't stress that enough. You can donate on the website. You can go there and donate on the website for us to help support us. And we're just looking to grow. We are basically a year and some change old, but we're really looking to be a part of any community that looks to want to develop or grow and be a part of that experience.
absolutely, absolutely. Before we have Dr. Leroy to share some final words, we want to give another shout out on our Facebook feed to James Tyler. He also has been a supporter, long-term supporter of Speak Life and everything we're doing. For those who's just tuning in, this whole segment is dedicated to featuring some of the nonprofit leaders that's going to be at Speak Life Baltimore on July 23rd, kicking off at 12 noon. Today's theme is Together We Win, because as we cultivate, as we build together, we all will win together. So we want to give a shout out to Mr. James Tyler. He also is an author. So James, feel free to drop in the Facebook feed any of your links to your website or how people can find your books. And Ms. Shauna just dropped in the feed her website link, and she's in the Hampton Roads area. So Hampton Roads, so the whole HR stands for Hampton Roads Mothers Against Senseless Killings. That's what HR Mass stands for. So definitely go to her website, check out what she is doing. Dr. Leroy, final words.
Nah, I'm gonna just keep it really simple, Catherine. Speak life, together we win. That nothing else needs to be said.
Speak
July
life.
23rd, speak life, together we win. That's what it's all about. Good morning to the leader in you, y'all. That's what it is.
Absolutely. So we're getting ready to wind down this segment. July 23rd, once again, the address is 3220 the Alameda. Again, it's 3220 the Alameda, Northeast Baltimore. Again, as a landmark, we're a couple of minutes away from Morgan State University. We're going to be outdoors with the festivities right on the lot where City College High School is. Also want to give a shout out to Coldstream Homestead Montebello. They are also making this possible by allowing us to even have it there. So we want to give a shout out to the executive director there. We want to give a shout out to the board members there for partnering with us and supporting us on this endeavor. Even from the very, very beginning phases, the Chum community would, really, stood by us. Speak Life would have never been kicked off if it was not for the Chum community. So we cannot close out this segment and not give a shout out to the Chum community. We thank you for opening up your doors from the very first open mic that we had all the way to what we're about to do this month on July 23rd. So with that being said, we're about to close out the segment. And we always like to say at the end, we're gonna see you at the top. We'll see everybody next week for a brand new edition. We have a phenomenal guest coming next week, but we're gonna see you at the top. Share this feed, invite people, July 23rd. We'll see you then.